Valley Board of Education. In the absence of the president and the vice president, as the board clerk, I will call this meeting to order. We now have to elect a temporary acting president to preside over this meeting. May I have a motion for election of a temporary acting president to preside over this meeting?
I nominate Kylie Cates.
Second by
Elizabeth. All in favor?
Aye.
motion carries. Good girl.
All right, now I go, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this meeting is a legally called meeting. Notice was provided to the public by posting on the district website and in the central office to the official newspaper and to any other news media upon written request. In accordance with state law, public notice was given at least 24 hours in advance of the meeting. I would ask the clerk to take a roll call at this time.
Emily. Present. John. I'm here. Kylie.
Here.
Pam.
Here.
Fred. Kathy. Jeff. Elizabeth.
Here.
5 present, 4 absent.
All right, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a motion for the proof of notice to be accepted as proper notice upon the open meeting law and to proceed with the legal meeting?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
My motion carried. May I have a motion for the approval of agenda?
Second, or yes.
Atta girl.
I'm reading the. I got it all.
So move.
Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Let's see.
Right, number 1.
All right, so number 1, we're going to do community spotlight.
And we have some special guests here today. One of the things we try to highlight with the community spotlight are people in our community that go above and beyond for the kids. And when we were looking at that and thinking about the great things that our civic groups in Spring Green and the Spring Green area have done, we really wanted to take the time to recognize our local Lions Club. So our local Lions are in a civic organization that was founded in 1917 around the idea of civic union, around the idea of being good citizens, and around humanitarian service. And so we gave a holler out to Jim Thering to say, would he be willing to come and talk about some of the great things that the Lions Clubs have done? But also a big part of Lions is to serve youth, and to serve youth in different ways, whether it's by scholarship, by donations, or by community support. And I was just going to read a few of the things that we have on record that the Lions have contributed to or given time to. And our endowment fund has, on an annual basis, taken great things from the Lions Club. The stadium project to make sure that our fields are ready, our school fair building and being a part of the school fair, Fund 21, which is for families in need, whether it's for food insecurity or for paying off debt, our scoreboards, our defibrillators in our buildings, our mock trial team, our foreign language field trip. Stuff like these are great things that the Lions Club has done, as well as screening for eyes and all the different things that they've done in our district. So we would like to recognize them tonight in this community spotlight, and just wondered if Randy would come up and just talk to us just for a short second about what the Lions Club offers us here in our community.
Good evening, everybody.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you for inviting us here. I have 2 people here with me today who have been part of the Lions Club for 40, 50 years. I mean, long time. And Lion Jim Thering and Lion Jerry Barenbrook. They've done a great job and steered us in the right direction. I'm here as current Lions president, steering the club forward this year. And Lauren has hit on most of the things we've done, but we also do highway cleanup with the service learning class. We do wood splitting, where we do old trees from Spring Green in the area that's down at the South Park. We cut and split wood and put it at Tower Hill. We have service learning classes that help us with that, and we're actually gonna be doing one Saturday and Sunday. And they come out and help move wood out at Tower Hill. That fund is for the exchange student program, if needed, with Rivas Nicaragua, with the Spanish class, which we helped build an eyeglass clinic down there, which is still operational, some 20 years after we got it started, which is kind of unheard of in Nicaragua. So those are some of the things that we have been doing. We help with the band and the choir when they need to go on trips. And I guess I'm going to impromptu take this as kind of an announcement of something new and exciting that's going to be happening. It's known as the Leo's Club. A Leo's Club is a civic organization for high school students. There's two different clubs, but we're going to do it with the Alpha Club, which is age 12 to 18. Okay? Pat Mahoney has said he will help with this from inside. We'll be talking to Darby, Jamie, and the people, but our Lions Club has approved it. Okay, so what we need to do is get the kids formally together. And I've talked to a lot of the kids at these service learning projects, and they're all for it. I see them at the basketball games, volleyball games. They're looking forward to it. And the FFA thinks it would be a great idea because they're getting spread thin. Okay, so if we can bring kids in from another area of the school district to help them in their endeavors, that's a good thing. Because it's service, learning, those kind of things to help. And with the Lions Club, you have Jerry Barenbrook, who is a longtime grocery store owner, can help with retailing. You have Pam Shahadi, retailing. We have bookkeepers, accountants. All this knowledge with the Lions Club are going to be able to help these students. They have to formally set up their own club, their own officers, their own directors, and we're here to guide them through. And it is an international organization, the Leo's Club. I officiate youth sports, high school sports. I've gone to Southwestern. We go there and officiate, and I come into the locker room, and I have a thank you card signed by the Leo's Club. They put a little package together with granola bars, a Gatorade, a Snickers bar for afterwards, and a couple little things. But all the kids, they sign a thank you card. It's those small things in life that make everybody happy, okay? And it also will give us an opportunity to help with the Fund 21 and some of those other things, because the kids are going to tell us what they need.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to step in and help with the school. So that's what it's all about, is helping with the school. Hopefully I didn't take up too much time.
Not at
That's
all.
what we plan on going right now. I'd like to thank Jerry and Jim for being here, our longtime Lions members, and thank you for having us, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Brian Cry and I are gonna take a picture with the Lions guys up here.
Okay.
Paula will take the picture. You stay right there. We'll go behind you and Paula will go up there. Is that okay?
There's camera.
Or either highlight more what you're meeting.
That's so we can see that picture.
Great.
All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Super.
Couple, you got a good one?
Randy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, gentlemen.
We have some new members here maybe too.
You never know.
All right, moving along to item number 2, it's student
Yes.
council report. I think we're gonna shelve that till next week. Moving on to number 3, public comments. Do you have any public? It doesn't look like it.
Nope.
All right. Number 4 is review staff and parent survey results. Again, we're gonna shelve this and talk about this at our next meeting, when we have the full board. Moving on to agenda item number 5, discuss process for district administrator annual evaluation and evaluation of other administrators.
So you guys had in your board packet just the policies that go along with my evaluation process that are in there, so you guys can see that. And there is a new evaluation process that was put out by WASDA. Kathy and I looked at that. Paula took a look at it. We had a nice conversation around it, and Kathy feels that ours is good or better than what's out there. It goes more kind of in a 360 review. A reminder that you guys will all be getting something right around December 1st, I believe, to get your ratings back. I will also give that to all the administrative team members to fill out too, so that they have a nice anonymous way to give me that feedback as well. So it'll all start, and then my review happens in January. In the other administration teams, theirs are all in June. And in there, you guys also in your packet, just to give you that, CISA 3 has created a new statewide model for rubrics to be used with principals, and that was in there too. And the 18 people have taken a look at it, they like it, and so we'll be using this as our rubric for their evaluations at the end of the year. But just kind of wanted to give you an update on where that stood and how we'll be moving ahead.
Thank you, Lauren.
So my evaluation is December, Paula said.
Okay.
So you'll get it sooner than later then to get it back. Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Item number 7 is board reminders, announcements, and training opportunities.
The only one we have on there is Sauk Prairie Healthcare has a celebration and a handoff of property that you guys have sold recently. So that'll be happening on Thursday, December 4th at 4 to 5 o'clock. And any of you are welcome to be there as the property in Plain gets handed off to Sauk Prairie.
You don't have to speak or anything, it's just a photo opportunity.
Do you guys
So-
want to know in advance it?
No, you don't not, if you make it, that's great. They planned, I think, to have some, renderings of what they plan to do inside and outside, kind of let people maybe into the building and let them just see what it looks like now, what their plans are, and then they just want a photo opportunity with past and, future occupants.
Perfect. Moving on to item number 8, legislative update. We're going to shelve that until we have the whole board with us. So now moving on to action items. Number 1, consent agenda, checks, invoice, receipts, October 2025, open session meeting minutes, October 9, 2025, and regular meeting, October 27, 2025, special meeting. I entertain a motion to accept.
So move. Second, Emily?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 2, consideration and action on Spanish club trip to Costa Rica.
So we are excited to have you guys help us apply policy 352. And policy 352 speaks to whenever we do an overnight field trip, and especially if we take an overnight field trip to a new country, that there are things that we have to present to you as a board once Darby and I have given it our clearance, right? And so you're gonna hear Brianna tonight. She's gonna introduce herself to you. She's our newest Spanish teacher up at River Valley High School. She has fit in amazingly well. She's also a coach. She works in town. She lives in town. She's really embedded herself into the River Valley family well. She's going to talk to you a little bit about the trip that she has proposed with the itinerary, housing, transportation, all the things that are there. And I believe she even put a proposal agenda and things into your packet as well. Welcome, Bree.
Good evening, everyone. As Lauren said, my name is Brianna Fisher. I was hired on last year as a high school Spanish teacher, and I'm super excited to go over our Costa Rica trip coming up this next summer. Before I get started, I would just like to say how incredibly fortunate I am to have found such a community of hardworking, dedicated, hands-on, and proactive educators. I'm very fortunate and honored to be a part of that community and to add to what River Valley has to offer to our students. Now, with that being said, I came into the district and I created Spanish Club with the intent of offering students experiences and meaningful opportunities to engage with Spanish language and culture outside of the classroom. And that is what this trip has to offer those students. And in Costa Rica, what that is going to look like is cultural immersion. We have environmental exploration, and then students will be having local interactions. So with that being said, I'm going to lightly touch on the itinerary. And if you guys have any questions or would like me to further elaborate on anything, I would be happy to do so. So first of all, our students, we're taking 25 of them. So we're very proud of that. I feel like that's such a great number. We are taking sophomores through seniors, and travel days included. Our students are going to be gone a total of 8 days. What that's going to look like, we're flying out of Minneapolis Airport, flying into San Jose in Costa Rica. We're going to 4 different sites in Costa Rica. Our housing, as of right now, it is included in the packet. Our students will be accommodated with anywhere from hotels to resorts to cabins to lodges, all vetted by our EF Education First program. I am going to be trained and inducted into the EF program as kind of like a representative so that I am able to take students abroad. Kennedy Schneider and myself will be having a training March 5th through March 9th. So that is when our orientation is going to be. We do have 2 other chaperones going with us. 3 out of the 4 chaperones are bilingual, fortunately, and then the other one just has really good rapport with the students and things like that. Other than that, what we will be doing, our students are going to be doing anything from touring a coffee plantation and seeing how their exports work. They're going to be hiking the national parks. They're going to be kayaking. We are going to a dormant volcano. We are going to be checking out hot springs. We are going to be participating in local exchanges. Students will not be housing with local families, but we will have interactions with locals so they can work on their language. Other than that, we have been preparing our students with monthly meetings that I've been hosting in my classroom during our Black Hawk periods, and I've been meeting with my Spanish Club officers 2 times a month so that I can get a better student perspective on that part. Other than that, everything else is pretty much been covered with their financial stuff. We've been fundraising since last April, so they've been fundraising for a while. We've been participating in local nights. I bought a snow cone machine for them, and that just took off. That's been doing very well. We've been doing bake sales. We've been selling hot cocoa. We have a Spanish Club cart. They have been accepting private donations. A lot of students are working very hard at their personal jobs to be affording this trip, and I'm very proud of them. And I feel like this opportunity is allowing them to grow. So I'm excited to see what the outcome is going to be after Costa Rica. So with that, that is all I have to say. And if you would like me to elaborate on anything else, I would be more than happy to.
So in the proposal, she's given you the detailed things that it gave you under H in the policy. But yeah, give her a question or 2 if you have any about this new opportunity. We know that kids had gone overseas before, and it had been a while since River Valley had somebody with the energy, drive, and organization to get it going again. So we're excited for these kids to have this opportunity. Darby and I have taken a look at it. We feel like it's a really sound program, and she's gone with a traveling organization as well. So it's not just us jumping off into Costa Rica without some others that have experience there too. So.
Do you intend on making this an annual event? Is this a one-time thing that you're doing? What's your future for this program?
Yeah, so as of right now, we are hoping to do it every other year.
Okay.
So we would like to start planning for 2028. We would like to see how this one goes first.
Sure. Of course.
We are of course hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. However, we are hoping to do it every other year so that our students can have an equal opportunity to go on the trip.
Okay.
Any
Have
other
you been to Costa Rica?
I personally have not. I feel like I've been everywhere else, which is
Okay.
kind of funny. Kennedy has not either. I could go over the list of all the places I've been. But as far as it goes, I've been doing a bunch of research. I've talked to 3 other people that have gone on the exact tour I'm about to go on. So I am aware that I've not been there, but I'm doing everything I can to make sure that both Kennedy and I are prepared and that our students are prepared.
Do you believe Mr. Stroh used to take students there? Was it Costa Rica or Belize?
Ooh.
Don't
So
know.
he used to as well. He
Yeah,
might be a good
And
resource.
I know this is like, there was one planned in 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
My daughter was part of it, but then it got canceled. So
Yep.
there's been a little bit of it's been
Yeah.
trying to get it going again.
For the initiative.
Appreciate that.
It looks like a
Students
great,
are really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like a
They
great
are.
itinerary, like, I would like sneak in and go back.
You have a great plan to wear them out and get them ready for bed every night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to be stimulated the whole trip, and that's really the goal. But
Yeah.
learning while having fun. So
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank you.
We do need an approval, so it says in the policy that even though we've approved it, you guys should take a motion maybe just to say, yes, you agree.
I'll make a motion to approve the trip for the Spanish Club to Costa Rica.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Thank you.
Thanks, Bree.
Thank
Great
you.
job, young lady.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, action item number 3 is consideration and action on resignation and retirements, if any. We have none.
Correct.
Moving on to item number 4, consideration and action on hiring.
We have one. So I don't know if you guys remember, but we started off the school year with an intern in a space for middle school / intermediate kind of music, right? So Jen Snow's position needed to be filled, and we were really struggling finding a qualified candidate. I had gone to a job fair over at Platteville, and they had a recent 2B grad that was just exceptional, that they felt could handle an internship. So I set up an organized kind of agreement with UW Platteville to bring on Abby Hartline. Upon her coming and spending a month with our music staff and people, she fit right in. And then they started to pick on us and say, don't let her leave, get her hired sooner than later, let's go, kind of thing. And so Mr. Radke jumped into that process, and we'd like to move ahead Abby Hartline to be the K-12 instrumental vocal and general music to fill in that Jen Snow position here at our intermediate school. It would be for that position. Mr. Radke and Mr. Ellinger were part of the interview team, and as he writes there, Abby's done an internship with us. She's done an excellent job of building relationships with students, teaching music, teaching choir, and working with staff members. She's excited and passionate about teaching and eager to learn more and be a part of our team. So we would entertain.
Laura, and one amendment change to that recommendation. So she's interning right now. It actually goes to the end of the first semester, we discovered. So technically her first start date as full-blown teacher will be the 19th. James had January 2nd, but we looked into it a little more, so semantics, but just FYI, it'll be starting January 19th, 2026.
Dang it.
26.
I did that with you.
All right, so we'll entertain a motion.
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item number 5 is consideration and action on curriculum instruction committee recommendations. The CNI committee has recently kind of been more largely informational, so here's kind of what we talked about. At our meeting, we talked about the program called NextPath, which was purchased. It's a website that allows the district to collect and house data kind of all in one place. That teachers can really look at students' data over maybe years or years of a student if they want to look back at trends, and also at being able to find, instead of having to look for data in multiple different places, it allows them to find it kind of in one place. So it's a really great tool for our staff to use. Ms. Peterson's been working with the district to learn how to use the program. So I think it'll be a good program for the staff as they learn how to use it. We also took a look at the school report card. That'll be coming out to us all.
It actually became unredacted this last week.
Okay.
So I'll have a full report on that in next month's
Yeah,
meeting.
we got preliminary data on the school report card, and it looks like we're doing good things.
5-year trend of going up.
Yeah, so he'll share more with the school full board on that later. We also took a look at open enrollment trends, and the third Friday count was shared with us. We're continuing to look at open enrollment numbers and the trends, and kind of we're trying to figure out, what we can do and reaching out to the families to see what we can do. We also had a discussion about annual concerts, annual music concert schedule. We were kind of just trying to figure out how a time that would work for other people. So if you have opinions on that, let us know. And AmeriCorps.
A miracle.
AmeriCorps. We started AmeriCorps this year. You want to say anything about it?
Yeah,
What's
so
exciting?
you guys approved this last year, and it was a federal program that comes from the federal government, but it places a reading tutor in our building doing a very scripted literacy program with early learners. We're using it in K1 and 2 over at our elementary school. AmeriCorps posts it they hire a regional director. That regional director finds someone in a community nearby that wants to work in this part-time position for the year, tutoring kids. So it's paid tutoring, basically, in a very structured program that has scripted lessons within it. Our person is here. She has been trained. Her regional director was here today. I met her, and she starts with students next week, Monday. So we're excited for that to be here. And again, this is federally funded. It costs our district nothing except a lot of paperwork to get it up and running, which Carla's been really helpful with, and making sure that we move ahead by providing them a space and a computer. And so that's what we've done. So we're excited about that to happen. It will help us really meet some needs of kids one-on-one where teachers maybe were stretched thin.
Awesome. Any questions about updates from CNA? Okay. We're going to move on to item number 6, consideration and action on policy committee recommendations. Kathy's not here, so Lauren's gonna.
I'll do my best. Sarah was there and Pam was there, so jump right in, you guys. We went through some second readings of multiple policies, and the second reading, there were 14 of them. Most of them, I believe almost all of them, related to, well, let's do the first two. The first one was requirement of coaches and advisors to be specifically in our activity code handbook and making sure that all of that was kept up to date. So we made a table for clarification and had a cross-reference to our activity code handbook and updated the reflected changes. And then there was another one that we took a second reading on that was from WASB that had sent to our general counsel about some changes that we should make about the photocopying charges based on if we get a open records request, and that creates work for Paula and I to dig through and redact stuff. So those we're taking a look at for second reading. By the way, none of this has changed from first reading when we're looking at second readings as well. So none of this is new language. And then we jumped into transportation. We took a look at the bus handbook again, and then went through multiple policies that continued on. You guys can see the long list there that basically completes all of them through all the way through service animals on transportation for 14 total things in second readings there. So if you have any questions on them, Kathy's got a summary here. Really what it says is the exact thing that it said last month.
Maybe I'll just read the policy numbers, just
Mhm.
for the record.
That'd be great.
And then we can take a vote if you guys don't have any questions on any of them. So, up for, second reading is, policies, 545, 822, 443.2, 722.3, school closings, 722.3, rule school closing procedure, 751 student transportation services, 751 rule bus routing guidelines, 751.2, 751.3 bus rules and regulations, 751.3 rule 1, 751.3 rule 2, 751.4, 752.1, and 834. Sorry.
Motion to approve for second reading.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes.
And then we took a look at 3 other ones. For the first reading, one was brought forward for 420 school admissions, and it was around regarding registration procedures, including proof of age and residence. So in our current policy, there wasn't explicitly placed in there that they had to bring possibly a bill from a landlord or maybe a heating kind of thing so that we knew for a fact where their address was in River Valley so that we fit into that. And that was something that Tess said we should be doing. We often did, but it wasn't in the policy and we want to make sure that was articulated, as well as proof of age of child. And that usually happens at 4K or 5K as kids enter the system. So many times families bring a birth certificate or some proof of age at that time. So that's something that she asked us to place in there. We held on an open enrollment one. Then they went on to public access defibrillation program, and Nurse Brittany Belche asked us just to clear up kind of some steps in there to make sure that that matched what the state said. And then we also looked at early college credit programs in a first reading where we were verifying in a discussion to say that if a RV student wants to take credit, the district has some parameters there that the district pays for up to 18 credits, and after that, it becomes the student's responsibility. So those were things that the legal team had asked us to clarify within those policies. And again, these are just for first reading.
All right, so we'll entertain a motion. I'll read quick just the numbers of the policies for first reading. Policy number 420, 423, 423.
423 was held.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. 420, 722.67, and 350.
That's it.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, moving on to item number 7, consideration and action on budget and ERC committee recommendations.
Welcome, Brian Cry.
Hey, I just wanted to, for this meeting, I invited all of our elected officials, and we did have Representative DeSanto come, which was great. She had been here right before the spring election, so she's pretty well educated on River Valley budget, finance, revenue limit, state aid stuff. So, well, we appreciate her coming. We talked about that. We did have in relation to this year's budget, we have a student who is, if approved by you all, we're recommending he receive educational services elsewhere. We've done everything we can with him at this point, and we have an agreement with the Richland School District. They have a alternative school that we would send him to. And the budget committee recommended to the board the agreement for educational services. So that was, and then we have that piece of action, and we talked about the school calendar. But if you have any questions about this agreement, I take them now.
You need a motion for that?
Yeah, if we can get a motion on that.
I'll make a motion that we approve sending a student to Richland Center to get the services needed.
I'll second Pam.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Last part was the calendar, which we actually have a separate
All right,
action for that, so we'll jump to that one.
all right, so then we'll move on to item number 8, consideration and action on the 26-27 school calendar.
You want to try? Yeah, it's
I guess I'll
basically a
just-
mirror of this year, right?
Yeah, and what I really liked about this is it's getting really natural for us to share this out with staff, and that, you know, the staff can take a look at it really quick and then they can give us feedback. And from that, we made a couple changes that could really happen. If you look at the end of the school calendar, for example, based on the number of minutes and how that reaches out into days, we were looking at having to go into the second week of June, and the staff said, could you do anything to please make that not happen? Right? Brenda's smiling over there like, could we? And so the staff are willing to come back on that 7th, but to bring kids back on that second week was really a challenge. So what they suggested was, hey, let's come to school on 21 and 22 of December. Then we can put those days in before a holiday break. It still gives us 23 through 1 off, which is a nice long holiday break in there. And then we don't have to come back on that second day of June. And I guess what I do to share that is it highlights that collaborative effort between our staff and the administration, that we're just like, okay, tell us what you think would work. And they come up with suggestions and we take them back to the table, and Paula puts them into the magic, mix of things. And pretty soon it comes out with a calendar that everybody seems to really like. So it allows us to work together. And I like that about this calendar quite a bit. So other than that, not a lot of changes that I can see. Anything, Brian, that you remembered from it? Brenda, shout out, anything there? Seems good? Okay, so that's there. The thing that you will notice that there's a second piece of paper that will announce to families that Wednesdays will remain as the early release times, and that will make sure it gets communicated out as well.
I make a motion to approve the 26-27 school calendar.
Second, Pam.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Number 9, consideration and action on resolutions accepting gifts, if any.
Yes. So we have 3 donations, and I'll do those, and then I'll need a motion, and then we have backpack program. But another thing that we also received that really doesn't take a motion, but I really wanted to make sure that we said out loud, is that the Spring Green Arts and Crafts Fair Committee, for our musical, just donated $3,000. You know, and that's something that just is incredible in my mind, and they continue to provide that in a grant format. It doesn't really come in as a gift, it comes in as a grant. And I think it's really incredible that they continue to do that stuff for us and for our kids, especially in the performing arts. So a really big shout out to many people that are involved in that committee. But again, Spring Green Arts and Crafts Fair Committee, please know that we appreciate you and your devotion to our kids in our district. So back to the donations that have been given, and again, we're just grateful for everything that comes in. We have $250 from Cardinal IG for the girls basketball program. We have $110.65 from a cross-country coach as he donates back, again, Alex Bass. And then we have $1,500 from the River Rat Classic Fishing Tournament to Fund 21 for holiday meals for families in need. So I'd love to have a motion for those 3 donations.
She usually does this as a.
She does a roll call.
Resolution? I'll make a motion first.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're gonna do a roll call, so I will vote yes. Kylie?
Yes.
Pam?
Yes.
Fred's gone, Kathy's gone, Jeff's gone, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
And John is gone. 5 yes.
And then the second piece in here is our weekend backpack program. You've heard it talked about as Fund 21, but really there's a weekend backpack program as well as what we call Project Lunchbox that are coming up in December that you guys will hear more about and we'll advertise, and people are already giving us donations for this weekend backpack program. It's for food insecurity for our kids, and it gets, I don't want to say anonymously, but it gets placed in a kid's locker. Discreetly, that's the word I needed, you know. It gets put in their locker so that on Friday when they go home, there's food to give them a way through the weekend. And we've taken that on. That was part of the Arena Food Pantry, and that's something that the district is now taking on as our responsibility. And we're just excited to have people that want to continue that program within us, but we have people giving cash for that, and that's exciting. So again, thank you to John and Joanne Finn for $200 for our weekend backpack program, $30 from Emily Saul and Jamie Brenham, and then $500 from Jacqueline and Nicholas Luther, again, for the weekend backpack program.
And just to clarify, so like all the food that we buy for this is from donations, so it's not any expense to us. And it's volunteers that come in and use this kitchen to put everything together on Thursday. So it's awesome. So, and I forget how many we're doing, but it's done very discreetly. Like no one knows it's even there other than the kid who opens their locker. So
One of the coordinators, I think, told me that we have 58.
yeah, close to 60 bags every Thursday. So
And it's quite a bunch. I mean, it's a nice bag of
it's a
food,
good bag.
so it's really good.
All right, thank you again to our community. Motion, looking for.
Motion to approve the donations to the weekend backpack
Oh,
program.
is that also a motion?
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Do you think she'll also?
Should we do a roll call for that most likely?
I'll second.
Thanks, Pam.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Nope,
Oh,
Kylie.
sorry.
It's okay.
Yes.
Pam?
Yes.
Fred is gone, Kathy's gone, Jeff's gone, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
John is gone, and I vote yes. That's 5.
All right, now looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Good
job, you guys.
Kylie.
You did great, Kylie.
You did great,
I'm
Kylie.
tired now.
But you're not done acting, Pres. I need some signatures.
Oh.
Sure.
You got a pen?